EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mike 57. You're trash. You're trunk small. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
From the 35 on second down, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
He's checking.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
And he connects with Ertz. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, 59! 57's the mic. Zoom. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Throwing again is Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now it's Watson being chased out left. He's going to let it go deep for the... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. This is taken at his 4. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Bring it over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So we got man.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable here for Davis. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Down. 60 yards. I'm going to run you over. Kill. Watch that. Check 3. 25, check 25, check that.
They'll start here with Jackson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Good job.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort from minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Mike, 9.
Hey, seam 6.
Bang L.
Go.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
All right. I got you.
Good set. 219.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, he'll buy some time right. This is caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Irwin. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. You don't know no better.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
54 is down, he's coming.
Hey, Mike 52.
Watson throwing again. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
You don't want that? You don't want that? You don't want that?
And it's 3rd down.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Watson off play action. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal.
Smooth.
Ready? Watch the safety creep. Shoot.
Snap.
Slam.
After one, it's 9-0.
With the score, Saints 9, Panthers 0.
Set. 70. Indy. Blue draw Corkers.
Switch.
Bravo.
Check.
Go.
Mike 9.
To throw on 2nd down. Irwin, he's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up, because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Bound to lose 1.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watson escaping the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receiver.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot, 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Panthers 21, Saints 9. Zane Gonzalez.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 62 yards.
62 yards.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
They'll run with Mixon, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Let's go. Alert. 59. Under crunch.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Alluding to pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back.
30 base.
Check 52. Check 9. Check 9.
Get it.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Set. 10-2 soft. Fan.
Bang L. Hey, pick your game up. Hey.
Look at me. Zipper.
Watch 24.
On third down, Irwin.
Hey, watch it.
Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changed.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Where's the tap? 18. Hey, 31. Don't let him breathe. Line him up.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he fires one, but in. Complete.
Intended for number 15. Incomplete. 3 plays.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Davis now to return it. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Down. 18 Gator.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal.
Golf.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam.
On 1st down, Irwin. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go. 60 yards.
That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day.
Hey, Alpha.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Irwin. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wound.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
57.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Bravo. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Don't get nervous.
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep. And this is caught inside the 5.
We played to win.
Give him 30 yards there. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Watch the edge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Irwin taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes
it's caught inside the 25.
All day, baby.
It's a big play there for the Saints. 48 yards.
Check. 3 down.
Motion.
Watson on first down. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second and goal from the 1.
Ricky.
Here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set. And Lobo.
All day, every day. Any day.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now second and 7 from the 23.
Bang L.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, Charlie. On the ball. Get it.
Here's a second and 7.
Kill.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football before he knew it. He was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
50 set. 19. Choose the mic. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Watson. Going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Now a first down throw. Watson forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, here's Watson.
What we got?
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. 19 yards to pick up there.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Steven Sims, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
To throw on 2nd down, Irwin. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Hey. Hey. High 7.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check pass, check pass.
Yo, go.
52.
Hey, watch the ball.
Deep rip.
On 1st and 10, Irwin. He's going to look deep for more. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Interception all day,
I think that
baby.
interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Flush to his right. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Watson. He finds his running back, Mixon. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively.
Here I come. Here I come. You.
Now Watson on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Down. 10 Tucson.
Cut. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On 1st down, it's Jackson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Yep. Going 58's the mic. We own it.
Now, we own
Looking to throw. Irwin. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Set. 19. Check the tight end. Check the tight. Check tight. Hey, 55.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 22 yards there, a first down. On first down, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, motion backfield. Motion backfield.
Throwing again is Watson.
Here we go.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Steven Sims Jr. with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd and 11. He'll let this go for the end zone.
Hey, we got a seal.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Watson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Watson on first down. He'll run it, and he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
At the 10-yard line.
This is that.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings
That's
up
right, baby. They don't want it.
7.
64. Hey, you got to snap it. You got to snap it.
57 is the mic.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hit it.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong, whatever you call.